And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Central Texas, where we think more expansively, love more completely, and live more joyously. And our theme for 2026 is Be Love Now. So I know that you are living that in your daily life, and it's providing some exciting and adventurous times for you. So, we want to get started this morning with on page, what page is it? 3, with our opening affirmation. So together, let's read this.
Please, Blake.
4, page 4. Okay, take 2. We believe that there is an infinite power and wisdom that creates everything. We are expressions of this same power and wisdom. The thoughts, beliefs, and expectations we entertain with the most energy becomes our experience of life. When we change our energy and our attention, our experience changes to match. Yes, it does. All right. On the back page, we have any birthdays this week that were, or today, that we're celebrating?
Yes, I have two. Two of my brothers, two of my
Yeah.
older brothers have birthdays, had birthdays. One was on, Harvey was on the 22nd, and my brother Wayne's on the 28th. They owned the end of August, pretty much.
Yeah. And you were remembering them yesterday?
Remembering them.
Yes. Okay. Well, Walt does the greatest job with this because I think he's looked them up. But Gene Kelly, Dancing Through Life. Barbara Eden, and what was the show?
I Dream of Jeannie.
I Dream of Jeannie. Keith Moon.
Drummer for the Who.
Drummer for the Who. Shelley Long. She was on
Friends. Your friend.
Friends. Yes. Jay Moore,
He's an actor that I like.
an actor that.
Justin.
And Kobe Bryant. Yes. Basketball player?
Good.
Good. Oh, man, see, I didn't do so badly. All right, and next week we have Vanessa Lively with us. And, yeah, she might be bringing Ben along. And we are changing our start time, and I'm sure Walt will remind us of this. The Sunday celebration is going to be starting 30 minutes earlier. Okay, starting Sunday, September 6th. And there will be another book study probably coming out this fall. Our summer one has concluded. And practitioners who are here to know the truth for and about you at your request. We are myself, Clark, Melanie, Reverend Melanie, and Reverend Walt. So please use us. We are here for you. So I will start with a quote, which I picked up, The Power of Positive Purpose, which is full of quotes by J. Scott Neal, who was one of my ministers in my past. He comes up with all kinds of affirmations, but I liked this one that I opened up to. My universe is based on a spiritual pattern of unlimited good, and no material manifestation of this truth can in any way be less than the best. I give the best of myself, knowing with gratitude that the best flows to me in return. Absolutely. Give your best and receive your best back. Okay, so let's just take a moment to acknowledge all that gratitude, that life, that presence, that divine infinite intelligence that lives and breathes through each and every one of us, wherever we are, whoever we are, at all times. It is the presence of life in our world. Every form, everything, everyone is God in expression. And we are here to live this life to the best of our abilities, to have fun, to live, to laugh, to dance, to grieve, to feel each and every emotion that comes our way, because it is all of life. And we are here to experience that life. And so I know we do this with gratitude, with joy, in peace, knowing that the world is a wonderful place to be, and that what we offer to this world is felt the world over. So we contribute our good and we receive that good back to us. It's all good. Today, for me, for some reason, that goodness of life is uppermost in my experience, and so I share that goodness. For we are all good, and that good returns to us as we give it out. So in that gratitude, we just let it be, and we know that our words fall on the fruitful power of the universe and in full manifestation as our good now. So gratefully we say together, and so it is now. Now. All right, so this morning we have music by Heather Miller.
Yeah.
So we invite you up, Heather, and we're grateful you are here.
I've played this one here before, but it's been a couple years. Which I also thought was cool that I've been doing this for a couple years. Every once in a while, I'll drop it, and I like that. The songwriting assignment I was given at the time was to write a song from the point of view of an animal that would not be considered a pet. And I think I'd also recently seen a musician, Jory Nash, who had some cool songs talking about, and he said, you know, you can just steal stories from the Bible because it's not copyright, and just like twist it around. So somehow, with all those things swimming around in my head, I came up with this one called Jonah's Whale. I am just a simple whale. I sing my way across the ocean. But when Jonah's ship set sail, an age-old plan was put in motion. I was appointed on the day that I was born, and I won't spite the hand that feeds me. He doesn't ask too often, and he doesn't ask too much. So I will do as my Lord needs me. When they threw Jonah to the waves, I was waiting there to catch him. That belly ache banged my belly for 3 days. It was worse than indigestion. But I was appointed on the day that I was born, and I won't spite the hand that feeds me. He doesn't ask too often, and he doesn't ask too much. So I will do as my Lord needs me. Struggle in my gut was over. I heaved him out upon the beach. turned to face the deep and dove there. 'Cause I was appointed on the day that I was born, and I won't spite the hand that feeds me. He doesn't ask too often, and he doesn't ask too much, so I will do as my Lord needs me. I was appointed on the day that I was born, and I won't spite the hand that feeds me. He doesn't ask too often, and he doesn't ask too much, so I will do as my Lord needs me. I am just a simple whale. I sing my way across the ocean.
Good.
Yeah, no, that's a nice one. Keep it like that. All right.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Heather. All right. If you ever need help with your boat, I know a guy. All right, this morning we continue our tangent series that I'm calling Make God Personal, which is an offshoot of a previous series we had called Make It Personal, meaning make your life personal. And we're looking at the paradigm and the definition and the description of God because that is our biggest idea. That's our biggest concept. And our biggest idea interacts and intersects with everything else because one of our most common descriptions out of all the different descriptions there are is that God is the maintainer and creator of everything and everyone. So our biggest ideas should be adjusted and expanded as we start to grow and go and expand our level of awareness and understanding about ourselves and life. And last week we discussed the progression of religion on this side of the circle and science on that side of the circle, and they have very similar progressions. But let's be real here. I can describe that progression of that circle in about 90 seconds, but it's taken us collectively thousands and thousands of years to make that progress. Okay? And we've had a great deal of angst along the way, and we've had a great deal of loss of life along the way. And we're still losing way too many lives arguing over a description of something that's infinite, so it essentially is beyond our ability to comprehend it and beyond our ability to describe it. John Shelby Spong, the bishop, says, God is not a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, a Hindu, or a Buddhist. Those are human systems which we have created to try and help us walk into the mystery of God. Yes, I honor my tradition, but I don't think it defines God. It only points me to God. Okay? And guess what? Everybody thinks that the thought that they align with, the belief they align with, the dogma, the theory, the religion they align with, that one's the right one, right? And I'm going to tell you, nobody, I don't care how certain they may sound or be, no system has completely figured out the endlessness of life. And even this teaching, as wonderful as it is, as practical as it is, as expansive as it is not the complete description of all life is. It's impossible to do that, which is why our founder, Dr. Holmes, implored us to stay open at the top, meaning they'll always remember that in the infinite, there's always more to this than any one single description. And the best way for us to become open and present and aware is by our regular spiritual practice. Right. Again, life in all of its expressions, to date and beyond, life is infinite. So we'll never fully understand or comprehend it. So things that are beyond the realm of possibility, as I understand it now, are things that I say, well, then I must not need to comprehend and understand it all in order for me to do my best, to learn more, and to have fun as I go along the way doing it. Now, we move from multiple gods and goddesses, a god for this and a god for that and this, that, and the other, and we move to monotheism, which is one God that's greater and wiser and more creative and more powerful than all the other gods combined. And that was a substantial and a necessary step for us in our evolution. And it did us worlds of good. And it was so beneficial and so transformative that when we come up with this idea of I need to question, I need to release this or that part of that understanding, it can put us into a sort of angst, a state of unspecified uncertainty. And your lizard brain abhors unspecified uncertainty and unpredictability. And the lizard brain will twist you and me and everybody into pretzel shapes to avoid anything perceived as even getting remotely close to uncertainty. But progress we do, and progress we will continue to do, no matter the level of our participation in that progress. Whether we're on the vanguard and leading edge of the charge forward, or whether we're way, 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 way in the back, clutching and screaming and grabbing onto any and everything we can get our hands on that will impede any progress forward. Sound familiar? Yeah, we see it all the time. We do it all the time. We do it in much, sometimes less dramatic and obvious ways, but we still do it on a whole host of other subjects. Just think about it. We all do it. We do it collectively, and we do it individually, but we do it a lot collectively. And usually what it boils down to is just an avoidance technique of not having to really address the underlying issues that we know are causing the problem and the discomfort. So along comes monotheism, and even that results in still enough variations of description and paradigms of God that there are still conflicting beliefs. So we get into the my God can beat up your God all day long, buddy, right? That thingy. Or we get into my God is the one and true and right God. And the version that we choose to align with, man, that just has to be the right one, right? And we promote and believe the superiority of our version of and description of God by the outcome of the battle or by the outcome of the sporting event. You see, I told you God was on our side. Yeah? Well, what about when you lose? Where was God then? See, I mean, if you pick up and believe one end of the stick, you're picking up the other end of the stick that goes with it, right? Now, back in the day, the king was the ruler of the land. That was the highest, most important, most powerful, most celebrated person. And the king or the queen needed adulation, needed reaffirmation, needed fealty, needed taxes paid to continue fund the lifestyle to which he or she had become accustomed, right? And if you're really good, you got to kiss the ring. Not the hand, but just the ring, right? All of which fed the ego and reassured him or her of their insecurities on the tenuousness of their reign. Because in the back of their mind, they knew that at any moment, a threat, either internal or external, could swoop in and come along and usurp them from their throne or from their crown. That's what all the acting out and overreacting and being petty and vengeful is all about. And since that was the ruling figure paradigm, when they started calling God the King of Kings, that paradigm got applied to that version. My friend Martin Luther shares, God does not need your good works, but your neighbors do, right? Yeah. So it brings up the idea of worshiping God. right? And the donations to the priesthood. All that was a test of our loyalty and our sincerity. And the idea of a hierarchy and station and the need for an intermediary remained. You didn't just walk into the court and ask audience of the king. You had to be important enough to be invited. And again, the paradigm remained. Us down here, God up there on the throne or in the sky or wherever. Right? And only the special few got into the inner circle and got to bend the ear of the king. Well, so how do you get into being that special and get in that inner circle? Well, you have to be born into it, is one way, or you have to serve a specific need of the kings or the queens for as long as it remains. But the need for an intermediary, an interpreter, was sold by giving us access that we wouldn't normally have. Or it also was to ease our insecurity about being unworthy. And it, side benefit of it, though, if there was an intermediary, God only was able to find out what was going on in my life when I was telling the intermediary in my confession, whatever, right? And that way I wasn't being too closely noticed by authority and observing my faults and my foibles and then acting out on it. And worshiping, just as our decision to love, is not so much about who we're with or pursuing or what's going on. It's for our benefit. So too is our decision to celebrate life. Celebrating life, the good in our life now and before now, is a much healthier description of worship than groveling at the feet of some king or some god. So we can celebrate and bring love and peace and beauty and joy to the forefront of our living of our lives and into the highest and best interactions with each other. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, shares, "May all the power in the universe be with you, even as the divine light casts its radiance before you, and infinite love guides you on your way." So the need for a closer relationship with God was felt, and along comes the New Testament, with God represented as the Father, right? A father who was loving and protective and instructive of the children. A father who was a great provider. Now, personally, I've had one father in my life. After he left, I got lots of versions of it. I got to choose that, but he left, and I really have no idea what our relationship would have turned into over a lifetime had he stayed around, because he died when I was 14. And that a lot of this came up for me about father this week because my uncle, his younger brother by a year, just passed over last weekend. And I mean, they looked more like twins than brothers. I mean, it was that Brewer gene was strong, is all I can say, right? Okay. And my father was not ideal. He got the provider part down. He nailed that. But I never really got the love or the protection part. And he attempted to instruct me on a few things without much success, really. But like many teachers, he understood the system, he understood the process, he knew the desired outcome, but he couldn't interpret that and relay that in a child's level. Now, I realized this week through some self-reflection that my tendency to avoid conflict and not try to do too much at one time, even though I was lazy, and to repeat things over and over. I find comfort in repetition, right? Because I know what to expect, and I can have the comfort of the known and the familiar and certainty. All those things are a result of the chaos and uncertainty caused by losing both parents at a young age. Not a staggering idea in and of itself, and it only took me, 53 more years to figure that one out. I'm a little slow, but I get there eventually. I'll get there. But it did make me relate to my son Gabe, that whilst I'm no longer an authority figure in his life, because he's a grown man with a family of his own, that I would like to offer myself as a resource of perspective and experience gained through all that I've been through. because that's really what I needed my parents to be for me. And I think that's what we can be for each other now that we're all grown and up and out doing what our up and out things. Now, I don't know about you, but as I said, my father was not ideal. But the father paradigm of God is not about my father. It's not about your father and your experience with him. It's not about Hollywood's glamorized ideal of father. God the Father is an altruistic relationship that brings the love and protection and providing without the discipline from the authoritarian. I don't know of any stories about Jesus being read the riot act by Big Daddy, right? It wasn't that kind of relationship. But the real advancement of the father-son, father-child paradigm is not just a closer relationship. That's great, but that still implies separation. Right? It's more about the lineage and the heritage coming from it. Being of the Father, I and the Father are one, sets up an intimacy that is never available with the King of Kings and its subjects paradigm. But most importantly, it offers a new paradigm of us being of God, rather than trying to locate, persuade, placate, and communicate with a distant deity. Many of you will remember our banners that we had that Kathleen Davies made for us. That one said, God is all there is. The other one said, Wayot, which is we are all expressions of all that God is. That's an ancient Indian word. But that's why you repeatedly hear me say that we are individualizations of God. Because it is our essence. It's beyond question. It's beyond our ability to forget it. It's beyond our ability to mess it up. And it's beyond our ability to stop believing it. Meaning, there isn't God and us. There is only God as us. It's a subtle difference, but a very important leap forward. So just to make sure you get out of here with that idea, let's affirm that together. So I know you get it at a deeper level. There isn't God and me. There isn't God and me. There's only God as me. There's only God as me. Right. You see the difference? It removes that sense of separation when you are it. Right? It's no longer dear daddy, wherever you are or wherever you may not be. It's about I am of you. Right? And that's true. No matter what we may do or not do, no matter what we may say or not say, no matter what we may believe or not believe, nothing can change that. Dr. Holmes goes on, he says, you already have within you the ability to project new ideas, new thoughts, new inventions. So here's the thing, and there's really no getting around it. The move from God as King of Kings to God as Father was a very important step forward. It was. But like all of our other steps forward, it's not our last, nor should it be. It's not nearly our last step forward. So I invite you to join me next week as we continue this Making God Personal series, as we look at what's next in this progression from this to that, from now to then, from here to there. Because the bottom line is this. In the best we can do in talking about this is just agree to draw a box around a tiny portion of the infinite to be able to discuss it. So we can discuss both the limitations of our understanding and our interpretations of what that is, and we can discuss the expansiveness of our current understanding and descriptions. So we can see where there's room for improvement and what we have to release to make room for the next version or the next tweak that we make upon it. And importantly, so we can see what is working and helping to propel us forward. Even if releasing parts of our description of God, what we've come to know and what everybody agrees about, even if releasing that is kind of scary, even if we're not quite sure what's next, where that will take us, how it will be, the need and the benefit of that progression remains. And I used this quote last week, but it is so good, I'm going to use it again. By Paramahansa Yogananda. He says, that is the way to seek God, continuously digging, without looking to see how far one has come. Then suddenly one day, I am there. The truth is, we will never fully know what's next. What's next with a little bit further down this direction that we're headed. And we don't really know for certain. Even if we're repeating something we've done tons and tons and tons of times before. Or maybe even if we're starting to try something that we've never done before. But the really cool thing about not knowing what's next is that while it might feel uncertain, and it does, by not knowing, by staying open and looking forward, we're not limited by all of our previous beliefs. And the coolest thing of all this, though, is that we don't need to know what's next. We don't. To be certain that the infinite will be present and expressing itself. It will be reliably providing all the means necessary for the complete fulfillment of all of our desires. And it will be love expressing as law in ways that are familiar and comforting, and in ways that we haven't even begun to imagine yet. And it will continue to unfold as we unfold in our awareness and understanding in new and wonderful ways. It will continue to unfold for us and for everyone else in just the right way, at just the right time, for what we need, when we need it, as we need it. And so it is now. All right. Thank you very much. Now let's look at our weekly affirmation, which is on the top of page 6. And it's also on the little, I don't know, the cards made it to the door. I think they're still in the portfolio. The portfolio. And it says together, I notice the times I limit my idea of God with limited beliefs. As with any idea, there are no limits other than the ones I choose to insert. God is infinite, and as an expression of God, so too am I infinite. I open to all that I am, all that life is, and bring all that openness into this moment. All right. Let's give ourselves the gift of our good attention. We'll maybe take a deep breath or two, or close our eyes, or reposition our physical form, and just get present and aware in this moment of all that life is. All that we are as an individualization of life, all that we are drawing upon as an expression of life. We are never doing this life alone, for there is infinite wisdom, infinite creativity, infinite power, infinite peace, infinite possibility, open and available to us as we do the things and return to the beliefs and the ideas and the activities that keep us available to all of that. We recognize that the limitations that we experience of life are because we are choosing to see life, to interpret life, to engage life through the hindrance of that limitation. And at any time we so choose, we can release that limitation and open to all that life is freely giving us all the time, everywhere, every moment. We have to realize that any limitation is one that we bring to the interaction. We recognize the infinite nature of life, the infinite nature of God, so that means as an expression and individualization of life, we are each infinite in our own way. We recognize that and open to all that we are, all that life is, and bring all that openness into this moment to more fully and more deeply, more meaningfully engage our life, our experience of life, and what we are contributing to the collective mix that benefits us individually and benefits everyone around us as well, and ripples out to make a positive difference on out into the rest of all humanity and beyond. We love this wonderful teaching and all the ways it shows up and reminds us of the spiritual principles of life that are always active, omniactive, eternally going on in perfect unfolding, in perfect movement, in perfect demonstration. We recognize that there is infinite power available to us, infinite supply available to us, and we engage that at a deeper, more meaningful level all the time. We love this community of like-minded individuals that love and support each other in all the ways we get to do that throughout the week. And we love this beautiful time together this morning, this beautiful space to do this in, and the beautiful city and life that we walk from here on out into. Loving it all, we deeply appreciate it and celebrate the good that has started here today, the good that continues as we take it with us and go out and express it and engage it and remember the expansive ideas and what that does for us individually and what that does for what we're contributing to life by means of ourselves. Loving it all, we celebrate it and release it completely as we let it be so and say together. And so it is now. All right. All right. Okay, and now we come to the part of our time together where we support this wonderful work we're doing together. We take the value we receive from the world for the value we bring to the world, and we pass that along with love and appreciation. Now Heather's going to come up and do a couple of more songs for us. Are you playing anywhere we can come see you?
Yeah, next Sunday from 2 to 4, I'm going to be at New World Deli with my
cool.
friend Megan Cave. She's coming down from Denver.
Yeah.
A little song swap. So whatever time you come in those 2 hours, you'll hear a little bit from both of us.
Cool.
And then the other thing I'm really excited about is coming up in September, the 18th through the 20th, is the Texas Women Songwriters Festival. That's going to be in Lockhart, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all women songwriters. During the day, all the song swaps are free. At night, we have some great headliners, and that's like, I think maybe like $20 a ticket for that, like Susan Gibson and Patrice Pike and Betty Sue. And it's just really special. Lockhart's really cute. If you haven't been, and there's a little town square, and everything's just right on the square. You can walk to all the different venues, and I think there's like 9 different venues, and it's just really special. So I hope that. Oh, good. Yeah. So
Cool.
it's a good one.
Good.
I have kind of a newer one. I'm trying to figure out where to put this little.
Do you want to borrow this? Or?
Oh, if that's okay, actually. Okay. Yeah. And Vanessa Lively's going to be at that festival as well, too. She's coming next week here.
Yes. I was here last week. Just going to be there.
Nice. Okay, this one's kind of new, so I'm just going to use the words for this one. But the prompt in this and for this one was secondhand meteor, and yeah, this is what I got out of that. I know what's wrong. This goes the other way. There we go. Shooting stars are hand-me-downs from the creation of the planets. I just see their magic, but greater minds can understand them. Something so ethereal is original material, a record of the things we first were made of. We stare up and wonder, wish on falling space debris, hurtling towards burnout. We ask it for the help we need. We hear the ticking of the clocks, the imagined and the real, borrow other people's stories to tell us how to feel. Bombarded with sensations until we need vacations, worried that we've lost what makes us human. We stare up and wonder, wish on falling space debris, hurtling towards burnout. We ask it for the help we need. Favors from neighbors we trust with mats and keys. Building small connections is how big things are achieved. And we can still stare up and wonder and wish on falling space debris, and turn towards each other and ask for what we need. Thank you. One more for you. Tweak that a tiny bit. This one's called Wings, and I wrote it a long time ago, so I can't remember what the prompt was, but I do remember that I wrote it, and I liked the chorus, but I was kind of not happy with the second verse. That was too depressing, so I put it away, and the chorus kept coming back to me, and at some point I was like, I wrote the song, I can change it. So I came up with a different second verse, and then I like it. So it's called Wings. Can't sit still for more than a minute. I can't focus on what's right in front of me. There's a moth on the floor, beating its wings ragged. What a way to go. Am I doing the same thing? Wings are so delicate, paper thin, but they can carry, they can carry, they can carry you far. Wings are so delicate, feather light, they can carry, they can carry, they can carry you far. I look outside for some kind of answer. They say time management, walking bare feet. A hummingbird flits by, almost like magic. If she can do it, can I do it somehow? Wings are so delicate, paper thin, they can carry, they can carry, they can carry you far. Wings are so delicate, feather light, but they can carry, they can carry, they can carry you far. Wanna fly, gonna try. I'll just believe, I'll just believe, I'll just believe I can. Because wings are so delicate, paper thin, but they can carry, they can carry, they can carry you far. Wings are so delicate, feather light, they can carry, they can carry, they can carry you far. Wings are so delicate, wings are so delicate, wings
Now we come to moments of gratitude and application of these spiritual principles. I was grateful I got to play at Central Market on a Friday night, and it was hot, but we were in the shade and there was a breeze. But the coolest thing about that is out on the deck, like the kids just come and dance. I mean, they don't know jazz. I mean, you know, but they just know it feels good to move your body to music and enjoy that sense of joy, you know. And they don't have any inhibitions about what do I look like, am I doing the right steps, or any of that. It's just like rock, you know, just letting it go. So that was good. I'm appreciative of that. And is it just me, or did it get hot?
It's just you.
It's just me.
It just got really hot.
Well, I went in the garage the other day and I thought, this feels like a sauna, and then I thought, yeah, people pay for that. You know, I get it for free. It's pretty cool. Same thing with my car. It's nice and comforting. Yeah. But anybody else have something? Yeah, Glenda.
Always got something. And I wish other people would too. My dance event this week was successful too, that I did at Better HEX. It was called Belly Laugh Dancing, and because somebody wanted us to teach belly dancing. It was so funny. We had a ridiculously insane time, just dancing to music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it was, you know, all these women in their 70s and 80s, and we just had a blast.
Yeah. Cool.
And I just felt really proud of myself for pulling it all together, and everybody just really coming together. But also, today's talk was it comes from the make community personal. Then I was thinking about making community public, you know, in the same way. And sitting behind Heather here, I saw her head nodding several times, and I thought, you know, Heather, if you would ever like to come back and just be with us, we are not a membership-only place. This is a place for anyone, and if you ever find something here that you seem to be nodding to, we invite you back. And I really want the other musicians to know that too, because we heard something one time about someone thought that they couldn't come and be, just we here, you know,
Yeah.
that there was, so you're always welcome back as a musician and as just being here with us.
And a friend.
Yeah, because we want to make this community public. So thank you all for the wonderful talk today.
All right, well, thank you.
And the other two.
All right, thank you, guys. All right, Clark?
Oh, were you gonna do one for yourself?
I did mine.
Okay, all right.
I can go
Another
on.
one for you. Well, the word well is sort of a pun, because we've had a lot of water issues lately. The pump in the river went out, and the well company wouldn't come and help us, and Josephine reminded me of someone we had 5 years ago doing, odd jobs and stuff, and called up that guy, and he came through. I mean, he came, and I got in the river with him, to fix this thing. And only after we got in the river did he tell me about the alligators and the caimans and things like that. And so every bubble I saw, is that a caiman? But we fixed it, and then the controller panel for the irrigation system conked out, and did all we could, and nothing happened. And then the next day I go back to look at it, and it must have boosted it, itself back online, because now it's working. Friday, we attended a birthday party, for a friend that turned 80, a woman, and we don't always see eye to eye, say politically or things like that, but this was a wonderful time, and she was so surprised, that everybody was there. It was a surprise party, although her husband had told her about it. But he was very grateful too, because she was so happy, and it was a great karaoke fun for everybody. So I'm just really grateful the way these things unfold. Josephine was so instrumental in helping get that party thing ready with a group of ladies. And they did a wonderful job of that. I inflated balloons. I have a little battery power inflator, you know, and it's kind of noisy, but I filled up balloons without having to blow them all up physically. So, no, everything just unfolds. And I know it does. It's just amazing to watch it happen, you know, or to be integral in the part and in the unfolding.
Yeah.
So, I'll leave it right there. I mean, it's just so natural. It's a natural thing when we know it for ourselves. And it began with that knowing that all would rectify, you know, and it demonstrating right now. So, yay!
All right, cool.
Can I share one?
Sure.
I think it was maybe last week actually, but I was going to the mailbox and I just sort of facetiously saying in my brain, like, please let there be money in there. And I opened it up and there was 2 envelopes from my insurance. I was like, oh man, so good. And I'm like, okay, that's what I get for being kind of sassy. And then I went home inside and opened them up and it was actually checks of dividends coming back. So it was money in my mailbox. I thought that was very cool. Like almost
Yeah, good. Yeah. All right, always good to, you know, unexpected cash is a joy, you know, and just knowing that the flow is happening and it shows up for us. When I don't want to say unexpected because then it's like we don't trust the universe, but it still can be a pleasant surprise when it shows up. Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at our opportunity for application in our life. Wait, we got 9 more minutes. How did that happen?
It's okay.
All right, we'll take another collection. That's
You go on your trip.
yeah. All right. Let's look at this. It says, how much of our own drama and limited ideas do we insert into our understanding of God? We do it in lots of other places. When you notice it, release God from being the source and just love. That's an opportunity. Next week we will be talking about making God personal, and we're going to move beyond God. Whoa, what? You must be present to win. And as Glenda said earlier, our musician is Vanessa Lively. And again, we'll be changing start time to meditation will start at 10, and the service will start at 10:30 on September the 6th. I know that's Labor Day weekend, but it's the beginning of a month, and we're giving you plenty of notice. So if you come in traipsing in about 11 o'clock, we'll know that you didn't pay attention to the memo. And all eyes will turn and notice you when you're trying to sneak in undetected. So anyway, all right. And Beatles Month will begin September 20th is the first Sunday that Darren's going to be here with us. We're nailing down when we're going to be on Rush Evans' Beat Off the Beatle Pass show on the co-op radio. So that I don't know what to tell you. It may be as early as a week from Monday, a week from tomorrow, or it to be determined. But because we moved it to October, we'll pick up John's birthday, so that'll be rocking. And we will start a new book study in September. We'll let you know what that looks like. Or if you have the book of all books that everybody should study and have a discussion around, let us know. I mean, we're open to suggestions. Because in an infinite universe, there's not only one book. In case you haven't
You're
known.
surrounded by it.
All right, well, let's say our closing affirmation. We'll get to go a little early today, and that'll be all right. On the middle of page 7, it says, I am an expression of infinite, divine, creative intelligence. Yes, you are. Knowing that joyful serenity awaits my recognition and acceptance, I take this moment to deepen my understanding that I am perfect, whole, complete, and dynamic. Yes, you are. My soul is forever established in life, love, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy. I lie in those around me and in all of life. Hell yeah. I walk out into the world with an uplifted heart and a mind open to the infinite creativity of all life. And so it is now, 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 now.
Right now.
And now too. And now. All right, thank you very much. Have a great week. We will see you next time.
We'll see you
2 weeks. You can go have some fish and chips. Chat. Everything back there was really good.
That's right. Came on and said,
I don't know,
that was great. And then the
Scotland
next
or
one
Wales or
sounds
something.
horrible,
I
static,
don't know,
very bad.
or you go into the
And we had to change.
I didn't have any static. And we must have recorded.
Yeah.
It was during music or?
I don't know where, it's like,
But there will be 98 of them.
when it came in.
Well, it'll timestamp the
Right.
chat and I can.
It's overseas adventure travel.
That's something that Clark and
Yeah, they do.
Let's shut this down.
Did you say lemon pecan?
Mine, yes. Yes. Yeah, that's my favorite.